are given every year. Q55.b the sixth schedule, which applies to tribal areas of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram as specified in Para 20 of that schedule. Discretionary powers are given to governor in matters relating to sharing of royalties between district council and state government. The sixth schedule vests additional discretionary powers in governors of Mizoram and Tripura in almost all their functions except approving regulations for levy of taxes and money lending by non-tribals by district councils since December 1998. Q56.A fire is extremely dangerous on a spacecraft, so most controlled flame growth experiments have been limited to small sizes. The spacecraft fire experiment I intentionally lights a large-scale fire inside an empty Cygnus resupply vehicle after it leaves the International Space Station ISS and before it re-enters Earth's atmosphere. The instruments measure flame growth, oxygen use, and more, improving understanding of fire growth in microgravity and safeguarding future space missions. The goal is to measure the size of the flames, how quickly they spread the heat output, and how much gas is emitted. www.freeupsmaterials.wordpress.com 11 www.visionis.in copyright Vision IACE Q57.b the national calendar based on the Saki era, which Shaker has its first month and a normal year of 365 days was adopted from March 22, 1957 along with the Gregorian calendar for the following official purposes. I Gazette of India. II News broadcast by All India Radio, III calendars issued by the Government of India and IB government communications addressed to the public. Dates of the national calendar have a permanent correspondence with dates of the Gregorian calendar, one Shaker falling on March 22nd normally and on March 21st in leap year. Q58.c Sandhar Salt Lake is India's largest inland salt lake. It is located in the Gaur and Jaipur districts of Rajasthan. It is surrounded on all sides by the Aravalli Hills. It has been designated as a Ramsar site and also an important bird area. The site is important for a variety of wintering water birds, including large numbers of flamingos. Weller Lake and Lodtap Lake both are freshwater lakes. Weller Lake is located in Jammu and Kashmir state while Lodtap Lake is in Manipur state. Chilka Lake is coastal British water lake and not inland saline saltwater lake. It is located in Odisha state. Q59.c the 17 zones and their respective headquarters are given below. Zonal Railways Headquarters Central Mumbai Eastern Kolkata East Coast Bhubaneswar East Central Hajipur Northern New Delhi North Central Allahabad Northeastern Gorakhpur Northeast Frontier Malajayan Guwahati Northwestern Jaipur Southern Chennai South Central Secunderabad Southeastern Kolkata South East Central Railway Bilaspur Southwestern Railway Hubli Western Mumbai West Central Railway Jabalpur Metro Railway Kolkata Q60.AFBI under the automatic route does not require prior approval either by the Government of India or the Reserve Bank of India (RBI). Investors are only required to notify and file documents the regional office concerned of RBI. Hence statement 1 is correct. Under the government approval route, applications for FDI proposals were considered and approved by the Foreign Investment Promotion Board (FIPB). The finance minister has, however, the FM has announced abolition of the FIPB in his budget speech this year. The clear policy outline is yet to be revealed. Hence statement 2 is incorrect. Q61.b some of the organizations/institutions under Ministry of Culture, Tangible Culture Heritage Archaeological Survey of India National Museum National Gallery of Modern Art National Council of Science Museums www.freeupsmaterials.wordpress.com 12 www.visionis.in copyright Vision IACE Gandhi Heritage Sites Mission National Culture Fund Intangible Cultural Heritage National School of Drama Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts Sakya Academy Lalit Kala Academy Sati Natak Academy The Center for Cultural Resources and Training Kalakshetra Foundation Q62.d statement 1 is not correct. First generation biofuel, they are produced directly from food crops. Crops such as wheat and sugar are the most widely used feedstock. Second generation biofuel, they are produced from marginal croplands unsuitable for food production or non-food crops such as wood, organic waste, food crop waste and specific biomass crops. For example, Jakarta thus, it overcomes over food versus fuel debate in first generation biofuel. Third generation biofuel, It is based on improvements on the production of biomass by taking advantage of specially engineered energy crops such as algae as its energy source. The algae are cultured to act as a low-cost, high-energy and entirely renewable feedstock. Algae will have the potential to produce more energy per acre than conventional crops. Fourth-generation biofuel. Fourth-generation biofuels are aimed at producing sustainable energy and also capturing and storing carbon dioxide. Statement 2 is not correct. Biofuels are basically hydrocarbons, thus produce gases like CO2, etc. while burning. Q63.C. The International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry IUPAC is an international federation of national adhering organizations that represents chemists in individual countries. IUPAC was established in 1919 as the successor of the International Congress of Applied Chemistry for the Advancement of Chemistry. IUPAC is best known for its work standardizing nomenclature in chemistry. Some important work IUPAC has done in these fields includes standardizing nucleotide base sequence code names, publishing books for environmental scientists, chemists, and physicists, and improving education in science. IUPAC is also known for standardizing the atomic weights of the elements through one of its oldest standing committees, the Commission on Isotopic Abundances and Atomic Weights. IUPAC is in use due to discovery of all the elements for the 7th group of the periodic table. Q64.A. Statement 1 is correct. Urea is the only fertilizer under statutory price control, and its import is restricted and permitted through state trading enterprises SDs, namely Metals and Mineral Trading Corporation of India, MMTC State Trading Corporation Limited SDC, and Indian Potash Limited IPL under the foreign trade policy of the government. Statement 2 is not correct. Urea's import is restricted and permitted through state trading enterprises SDs. Import of fertilizers other than urea is free, commonly known as Open General License OGL. Various companies import these fertilizers as per their commercial judgment. Muriate of potash MOP is the only fertilizer whose demand is fully met through imports, as there are no viable sources of MOP in the country. Q65.A. Jalkranti was celebrated to consolidate water conservation and management in the country through a holistic and integrated approach involving all stakeholders, making it a mass movement. The objectives of Jalkranti are strengthening grassroots involvement of all stakeholders, including Panchayati Raj institutions and local bodies in the water security and development schemes, e.g. participatory irrigation management PIM. www.freeupsmaterials.wordpress.com 13. www.visionis.in Copyright Vision IACE. Though encouraging the adoption/utilization of traditional knowledge in water resources conservation and its management, to utilize sector-level expertise from different levels in government, NGOs, citizens, etc., though enhancing livelihood security through water security in rural areas. Q66.C. Statement 1 is not correct. It is an intermediate-range surface-to-surface ballistic missile. Statement 2 is not correct. The nuclear-capable missile has a strike range of 500 km to 800 km. Its range extends to entire Pakistan and also northernmost parts of China, thus adding to our defense preparedness. It has been developed by DRDO. Statement 3 is correct. It can be transported and swiftly launched from anywhere on land. It can even be launched from canisters. Also, it can be launched from a mobile platform, which gives the armed forces flexibility to transport and fire it swiftly from anywhere they want. Q67.D. World Investment Report is published by UNCTAD. The United Nations Conference on Trade and Development Global Wage Report is published by International Labour Organization. Global Environment Outlook is published by UNEP. Q68.8. The port, situated on the bank of a river far away from the sea and connected through that river with the sea, is called River Rhine Port. Kolkata Port is the only River Rhine major port in the country. It has a vast hinterland comprising the entire eastern India, including West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, UP, MP, Assam, Northeast Hill states, and the two landlocked neighboring countries, namely Nepal and Bhutan. Q69.The EBRC Electronic Bank Realization Certificate Project, launched in 2012, created an integrated platform for receipt, processing and subsequent use of all bank realization related information by exporters, banks, central and state government departments. EBRC was made mandatory in 2012. In a short span of less than 3 years, it has brought down the cost of doing business for Indian exporters and enhanced the productivity of banks, the GFT and many other organizations. So far, 95 banks have transmitted more than 1.4 crore EPRCs. Q70 decaffeinated particles were incorporated in PVA films to develop active antimicrobial films. They are also showed great catalytic activities and can be applied to biosensors and electrochemical sensors. Silvernated particles synthesized using mint extract were found to be bactericidal against E. coli, S. aureus, B. cereus and P. aeruginosa. Introduction of silver into bacterial cells induces a high degree of structural and morphological changes, which can lead to cell death due to antibacterial properties of silvernated particles. Multitude of appliances such as air conditioners, washing machines, and refrigerators are fitted with silver-nated particles, e.g. Samsung air conditioners. Gold-nated particles are used in modern medical and biology studies. Genomics, biosensorics, detection and photothermolysis of microorganisms and cancer cells, the targeted delivery of drugs, in almost all medical applications like diagnostics, therapy, prevention, and hygiene. Q71 Dolby Statement 1 is correct. India is the largest producer as well as the consumer of pulses in the world. These are the major source of protein in a vegetarian diet. Major pulses that are grown in India are harurut, moong, masur, peas and gram. Statement 2 is correct. Till 2013 to 14 under National Food Security Mission, only 3 crops, rice, wheat and pulses were covered. Now, 7 crops viz. Rice, wheat, pulses, jute, sugarcane, cotton and cereals have been covered under the mission. Statement 3 is not correct. The Union government constituted a high-level committee headed by Chief Economic Advisor Arvind Subramanian to tackle the shortage of pulses in India. Ben K. Singh Committee was set up in 2016 to review the Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management (FRBM) Act of 2003,